Robert Englund fans, rejoice. This may be one of his best roles ever. Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional. This is Dave from Nerdbox, and I'm accompanied by my wife, Jen, also from Nerdbox. And on this episode, during the 31 days of Halloween, we are talking about the last showing. So, fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Stewart is a film projectionist who's forced to the concession stands. His love for the dying art is only matched by his disgust of what the film industry has become. Trading psychological thrillers that left the scares to your imagination for torture porn and cheap thrills, he plans for the ultimate send-off by making his own horror film with some unsuspecting patrons that show up for a midnight showing of The Hills Have Eyes 2.
There are tons of Easter eggs in this film that are not just mainstream, but to the plot of this story itself. So keep your eyes peeled for what's around in that movie theater. Let us know what you see by dropping those in the comments. Stewart is a master of manipulation, as he carefully orchestrates every move that Martin, the boyfriend, makes after his girlfriend, Allie, passes out from a spiked soda fountain drink that is served to them by Stewart. This is, like I mentioned, one of my favorite Robert Englund films because the subtle facial expressions that he makes with this character. If you ever wondered what a sinister smile or a sinister grin is, watch this film because Stewart struggles to hide that while he is filming his own cast, while he is filming his own cat and mouse game with Martin and Allie. Robert Englund, like Johnny Depp in Secret Window, is just hitting at another level in this film because in the beginning of the film, you get to see the fallout of his personality in getting moved from the film projection room down to the front desk. And it's just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I've wasted my career on something that is now obsolete, and I like being isolated in that room because people around me are just assholes.
Yeah, clearly he's a loner, not social. He liked being in there, and he liked being creative. At least that's how he looked at it. And now they've got computers that took over his job, and he's, scooping popcorn and getting drinks until he retires. That's essentially what they're doing to him. They just want him to stay down there until he can retire.
And he's working with a bunch of younger kids.
Yeah, and his supervisor's younger than him by quite a lot.
Yeah, and he's in that mindset where it's like, hey, I am your senior, you really should talk to me with a little bit more respect, which, by the way, his boss was an asshole in this movie.
Yeah.
So, he didn't hear his opinion or how he felt. He's just like, no, this is what you're going to do. We're done having the conversation. Go do it.
Yeah, and he basically tells him this is what you're going to do until you retire.
So what happens when you're disgruntled and you're a film enthusiast? You make your own horror film.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, using the cameras that are in the building and this little hand cam that he has. And he's like, all right, let's have a little experiment. And two people, Martin and Allie, tend to show up for a special screening of The Hills Have Eyes 2, and that's where they're tossed into this little game of his.
Yeah. And just being able to see Robert Englund outside of the Freddy makeup and being able to see his expressions and that sinister smile, which is, it will send shivers down your spine because it's just so real. Yeah.
At times I almost felt watching this movie is like, man, he must be, it's not just the acting, he must be really enjoying the film because it seemed so right and placed well.
Yeah.
That it looked like he was truly having fun while he was making this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've seen him in other films like Zombie Strippers and 2001
He
Maniacs.
did say he had fun with that one.
Yes.
So-
Oh my god, it's so funny, that film.
Yeah.
But this one here, like, his timing and his, like, you don't have to say anything, and that's the brilliance of Robert Englund.
Yeah.
Of how underrated of an actor he is because he's tied to Freddy Krueger, but he is really good at what he does.
He is. He's very good, and he's another one that has like one of those voices that you could just listen to forever.
Yeah.
When he talks.
Now, what's interesting in this film here is that he manages to twist things around and turn people on each other.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, he's a master of puppets in this film.
Yeah.
And it's just so good. And nobody talks about this film either, so that's why it's on the list this year. And we should have put it on the list last year because a lot of people need to go out and watch this one.
Yeah, and he manages to make people think that he's just like this lonely old man who was like caught in the crossfire, right? It's insane.
He's
insane.
It reminds me of Waiting, with the guy, the old man that's sitting at the table, and you know Ryan Reynolds goes to sit down and talk to him, and the guy jokes around that he can flip kids off or walk around in his underwear and just blame it on dementia.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like that definitely was a lot like that, in the fact that he was, you know, elderly, right? And he had this younger boss who was like, we're just gonna take your job away from you because you're gonna retire in a few years, and we're gonna make you schlep popcorn.
So in the comments, let us know what you think about this film, if you've seen it or if you go and check it out. We'll leave a link in the description and in the comments on where you can find it. But what are your favorite Robert Englund films that are not Nightmare on Elm Street? And if you haven't seen any, there's a hell of a lot that you can go check out.
Yeah.
I mentioned two already. Another one's Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Go watch that one. Go find it. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
There is, because his range as an actor is so good. He can play the good guy.
Heck, he's even got a TV show that's like Unsolved Mysteries that was on for a season or two that's really good.
2 seasons. True Terror.
Hidden away in news reports from America's past lurk tales so frightening that they must be true.
It was on the Travel Channel, and then COVID hit, and unfortunately it did not come back. That really sucks, and he was actually really upset about it too. He really was hoping for more seasons. It was so good because, as any Unsolved Mysteries fans out there know, you just need that voice like Robert Stack, and Robert Englund has it. You know, Unsolved Mysteries isn't Unsolved Mysteries without Robert Stack, and this True Terror was like having him all over again.
Yeah, this may be a movie that'll make you afraid to go to the theater late at night with nobody else there.
Yeah. Especially if you just go in there and you see like a lonely old man schlepping popcorn. You might want to leave.
Yep. No, you might not know what's in store for you.
Yeah.
Now, it is our quest for 5,000 subscribers, and you can do that by
liking, subscribing, sharing, drop a comment or two.
Yes, for every video that gets 100 comments and 100 likes, not only does it mess with the YouTube's algorithm by pushing this video out to others to see, but you have a chance to win some prizes. Whether it be a poster from the movie theater, or it happens to be a coloring book, or a pin, or a comic book that they release for certain movies.
And we'll let you choose which of these items you want.
Yes, definitely. We're almost up to the 2,000 mark, so the coloring books and the comic books will be in play. So you'll definitely want to take a part of that. And when we hit 5,000 subscribers, you have a chance to win this box of Strawberries and Scream signed by Matthew Lillard and David Arquette. You don't have to pay anything for it, no shipping, nothing. We'll take care of that for you.
Yes. And we've already taken care of the cost of everything else too, so...
Yeah, you can't buy this in the States.
No.
It's illegal to buy in the States if somebody is selling it because it goes against customs.
Yeah.
Not that anybody should be snitching on anybody if they are buying it, but the trouble to get this here was immense, and we're still dealing with the issues from it because we got a big box of them and most of them were crushed.
Yeah.
And now the post office in the UK is on strike. Anyway, Until tomorrow, when we see you again on the next episode of the Popcorn Confessionals 31 Days of Halloween. See ya.
ya.